Hello, I'm Pondas Naran Subramanian. My teammates are Arun Kumar and Balaji Shankar. We have created a personal assistant application which is very specific to students. This application facilitates wide range of application which a student uses day to day, before the class and during the class. So in this application, student can fill his class schedule as recurring events. So which will in turn trigger notification and maps to the class. And our application also has lots of features which a student is going to use inside the class, like recording an audio of the lecture, taking photographs of important notes and sharing it. So now Arun is going to explain about this application.
Hi, I'm Arun. So, I'll be talking about the events feature here. One of the primary objective of this app is focused towards students. So, what the every student usually typically is enrolled to 5 or 6 courses in a semester. So, one of the primary difficulty he faces is remembering what the tasks assigned to him. So, different tasks may be like assignments, exams, final exams, so on. So, what we done is we created a reminder events. So, the student can actually use this app, create an event, or also set a reminder for it. So during just before the event, at the time when he's set, there will be a notification from the app which says that this event is happening at this location at this time. So this is one of the primary features of our app. Apart from this, there's also a notification which sends the reminders. So when the user or the student selects the notification, he gets option as to if he wants directions for this location, and also gets an update on the weather. So what this does is this basically gives a insight about the current weather available at the destination location, so that if the weather is going to be a rainy day, the student can be aware of this and he can plan his commute. So this is one of the primary feature here. Apart from this, I have also sync this app to the Google Calendar. So this enables the student to access his events from whichever location he is in. So this is a primary feature. So I'll be explaining the calendar and the events feature right now. So when the user wants to create an event for his classes, so what he has to do is tap on his calendar button, select the date he wants to choose. So then he has to type the event title here. I'm just giving this test here, and then the description of the event, again test, and then he can choose the time at which the event should be reminded about. And then the important feature is the user can also do this a recurring event. So you can choose the days of the week on which the event should be repeated. So and you can also set the reminder time. This is the time at which the notification will be popped up. This is if the user selects 30 minutes, the reminder will be sent 15 minutes before the event. So this is to select the location of the event. So I've used this Google autocomplete feature here. So when the user can select the location here, and when he clicks OK, the event is created. To view the events, you can just click on the events tab here. So this lists all the events created by user. So to view a particular event, you can just tap on this event. This is a list view here. So you can just tap multiple whichever event he wants to use. And just before the event, the user gets a notification about the event. So this is the push notification that the user gets. This displays the name of the event title and the time after which the event is going to happen, and the location of the event. So when the event was created, we also synced the events to a Google Calendar. The main purpose of this was that the students can actually view the events wherever he is. So this is how the calendar sync happens. So all the events and the recurring events are created in the calendar event here. So this is basically the calendar feature, syncing feature. And then on clicking the notification, the user is also notified about the current weather temperature, the current location he is in. So the current temperature here is 67 degree Fahrenheit. So he's notified about this. This helps the user to know more about this weather conditions.
Hi, this is Balaji and I'm going to talk about voice notes feature of our app. So to begin with, I'm a guy with a less attention span. Sometimes even after 5 minutes of the class, I'll be like, can the instructor please stop his class just for 2 minutes and continue? So for a guy like me, this feature will be very much useful because while in the class, whether or not I am having a proper focus, I can record the voice notes of the faculty and get back to it later. So I'm going to demonstrate how it works. So this is our main UI and voice notes is here. So the student has to click the voice notes and click the plus button over here to add a voice note. So on clicking the press button, the user will be asked to enter a title for this particular voice note. So I'll be giving it as lecture note 1. Then all he has to do is like press the record button. So when he presses the record button, the recording will be starting and it will continue to record the lectures. So when the professor is done with the lecture, he can press the stop button and actually save it. So when he presses the record button, the recording will be starting and it will continue to record the lectures. So when the professor is done with the lecture, he can press. So this is what I recorded and it plays automatically once for the user. The student can actually go back while it is being played. So and other thing is that he can get back to it later at any time by just clicking the lecture note 1 here and clicking the play button. When he presses the record button, the recording will be starting and that's it. I'm going to talk about the note-taking feature of our lab. This is more like the student can type the notes as the faculty narrates it. That's it. And it is as simple as that. So now I'm going to give a demo of it. Another useful feature is taking notes. So he has to press the notes button, then press the press button to create a new note. He has to give a title, let's say title. Now he has to enter the notes. So I'm giving it as taking notes. And then he has to click create button. So this saves the notes in the database and he can view the notes by pressing the view notes button. So you can see that the notes is appearing in the last, so title. So in order to view it, he has to select it once again and he can see the notes.
When the notification is triggered before the event, student gets an option to have the maps between his current location to the event. So I have used the GPS, the native API of the Android to get the current location where he is. So with this the current location is filled and the destination address is auto-filled from the events page. Then I've used Google Maps API to show the directions from his current location to the class. So the Google Maps will be triggered when he clicks the direction. Now we have received a notification which is 15 minutes before our event. By clicking this, we have this field which is fetched from the GPS, the current location, and this is the destination which is auto-populated from the events. So now this asks like, do you want the directions? By clicking this is going to trigger the Google Maps, which is going to tell you the directions from the current location to your destination. Balaji has explained about the audio notes. There may be some cases where your phone has very less charge left. In those cases, the audio notes feature needs to be disabled because it takes more charge. So I have implemented a battery check. What it does is, if it's more than 30%, it's going to allow the recording. But if it's run out of this 30% level threshold, it's going to notify user that audio notes is going to be stopped.
One of the primary features in the app is when the battery level is less than 30%, it doesn't allow the user to take voice notes. So this allows the user to take typing notes instead of voice notes. Let's see this in action. So the battery person is now 8% here. So when the user tries to add a new voice note, he gives the title. When he tries record, a toast is displayed saying the battery person is less than 30%.
The next one is Bluetooth sharing. With this feature, the user can share his voice notes with any other person who is having a valid Bluetooth device. The next one I'm going to talk about is the pre-class reading material. So whenever the user enters an event, he specifies a title with it. So based on the title, we'll be suggesting notes for the user before he enters the class. This is triggered from the notification he receives before the class actually starts. That's it. The next feature is social media sharing. With this, a student can share either of his voice notes or the notes he has taken during the class to his classmates or anyone outside. We provide options for the user to send it via WhatsApp, text messaging, even as an email. And the best thing is he can share his voice notes in the Facebook. Stop. Now he can also share the notes with other users or stuff. For example, if he presses the share button, he'll be provided with the list of options that is available to him. So he can, let's say for example, he chooses to make the particular note. you can see that it is being populated in the mail UI. Like the title of the note is lecture 1 and the contents is he starts. Now you can give a valid recipient and send the mail to the user. The next feature is about pre-class reading materials. On clicking the notifications, we get the option whether to see the suggested reading materials. On clicking yes, the app will take you to the Google Chrome, in which we do a search on the Google Books about the title you gave for the event, and that's it. So here we'll be getting about all the books related to test from Google Books.
During lecture, student may need to take pictures of things professor writes on the board or during presentation. So I have integrated a camera feature into our application to satisfy this specific purpose. Okay, so for going to the camera feature, just go and click on the pictures. Now we can add our new picture by clicking the plus button out here. Then add the title. Then by clicking the take pictures. Yeah. So now the picture will get saved.
So the next task we have planned to do is uploading the databases to the Google Drive. So what we planned is we collectively collect all the database of this app, upload it to Google Drive on a daily basis or whenever the user selects as preference. So that would be the upload feature. Yeah.
We are currently working on making our application location aware by when a user reaches the current location of the event, it should automatically go into the silent or the vibratory mode. The phone should go into the silent or the vibratory mode.